Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, LSP. What's up, my Connors fam? So sorry that this video is late, but here is my review of Hold Assault. And hope you enjoyed the Connors tonight, and come back later this week for the critique of tonight's episode. How would you know to come back? Click that little red button and ding the bell. Then you'll know, okay? Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, LSP, and let's talk about the Connors. I'm on my way to get a haircut, so if I don't finish, I'll finish when I'm done. But anyway, let's do this, okay? This week's episode of the Connors was called Hold Assault, and the story was romance. Two different romance stories, right? You had Darlene and Ben, and you had Jackie and Peter, alright? So let's start with Jackie and Peter. Remember, Jackie met Peter and kind of fell head over heels. She brought him to Halloween, and he and Dan didn't really hit it off then, and now she has bought this man a Vespa, okay? She bought him a Vespa, and she brought it to Dan to fix, and Dan was like, this isn't a motorcycle, this is what motorcycles eat for lunch. So that was that. So fast forward to Becky's restaurant, which is obviously the hangout. Peter shows up with a check for Dan, and then Dan finds out that Dan finds out that he and Jackie have a joint checking account, and he says that they were commingling their accounts. And Dan said, well, are you commingling your money? You see, this dude has no money. He has a degree in medieval history or something, which means he should probably be traveling the country with Renaissance fairs. But anyway, so it's hard for him to find a job. He doesn't have a job, so he's going back to school. And guess who's paying for it? Yep, Jackie is going to pay for him to go back to school. So Dan is really concerned. So Dan has always protected Jackie. If you'll remember back when she was dating Fisher, and he decided that he wanted to fight her, and he ended up having to fight Dan, and Dan ended up in jail. So Dan's very protective of Jackie. But anyway, Jackie comes over and tells Dan he didn't have any business doing that, and Dan was like, well, I'm just trying to step in where your sister would. And she said, no, Roseanne would just browbeat me until I let him go. She wouldn't actually talk to the guy. So she tells Dan if he does it again, then she's going to move in, and she's bringing Beth. So that was the end of that story. Moving on to why the episode is called Hold the Salt. Darlene is dating her boss Ben from the magazine, the Mugshot magazine, and they're going on their first at-home date. Darlene's going over to his house. So when she gets there, he's like, can you take off your shoes? And she's like, I don't want to take off my shoes. And he's like, well, I read somewhere that you track in a lot of stuff on your shoes. And she said you had to read that. So anyway, she ends up taking off her shoes. Then they sit down to get some wine, right? He tells her, open the red. And she's like, well, I prefer to have white. So they go back and forth between that. And then she's going to help him with the paella. And with the paella, the vegetarian paella, which is, my girlfriend said, that's just rice, right? But of course, I'm sure it probably had some soy meat in it. But anyway, so after that, so she goes to help him with the paella. So she takes the salt, and he puts his hand under the salt to stop it. Like, no, I didn't ask you to add salt. You add salt at the table. No, I don't want raw salt. Cook the salt. So anyway, Darlene's just had it after this, so she leaves. And they end up, back at work, and they talk about it, and they end up saying, I'm in. They're very strong personalities, both of them, so I can understand where they can see maybe this won't work. But hey, you never know. Oh, Darlene ended up talking to Blue, Blue is David's girlfriend, right? Blue used to be a dominatrix. Who knew that? So basically, she ends up telling Darlene that, you're going to have to give a little. You're going to have to be a little subservient. So we'll see how that goes, y'all. Of course, again, I am still enjoying the Connors very much. And I'll watch it again next week. Okay, my friends, that's it. I'm done. Take care of yourselves. I will see you back here next week for the Connors. As always, no fear and no regrets. You're awesome.